In January 1979, when The Dukes of Hazzard premiered on CBS during its primetime schedule, it was initially considered just a temporary filler in their lineup. Only 9 episodes were ordered, and most network executives didn't believe that a series about two brothers clashing with the corrupt law enforcement of Hazzard County would become a ratings juggernaut and a merchandising phenomenon. The chairman of CBS utterly despised the show. He never conformed his views to match the company's stance. William Paley, who had transformed CBS from a radio station into one of the top 3 television networks, had worked with diverse talents such as Norman Lear and Lucille Ball, a stark contrast to the southern humor of The Dukes of Hazzard. Even when the series ranked in the top 10 and was an incredible success, he still labeled it as lousy. When the casting for the show began in 1978, producers cast a wide net to find the leads. Dennis Quaid was interested in the role of Luke Duke, eventually given to Tom Wopat. Quaid had a condition. He would only participate if his then-wife, P.J. Soles, was cast as the Duke's cousin Daisy. She wasn't suitable for the role, which discouraged Quaid, leading to Catherine Bach being hired as Daisy. John Schneider, a New York native, walked into his audition acting like a redneck, despite being only 18 years old. The producers wanted someone between 24 and 30 for Bo Duke. Schneider lied about his age and portrayed a typical Southern stereotype, also falsely claiming to be an expert stunt driver. His performance won him the role. While the lead characters were meant to be the stars, both the actors and producers quickly realized that the main attraction was the 1969 Dodge Charger, the General Lee. Bo and Luke Duke used the car for their escapades, and of the 60,000 letters the series received monthly, 35,000 were about the car. The General Lee truly stole the spotlight. The leads walked off the show in 1982, demanding a share of the massive merchandising revenue, which was over $190 million in 1981 alone. They were replaced by cousins of the Duke boys, which fans hated, viewing the replacements as imposters. The original leads eventually returned, but Warner Brothers had other actor issues. James Best, who played Roscoe, refused to film 5 episodes due to the lack of a private dressing room. Ben Jones, who played Cooter the mechanic, briefly left because he wanted his character to have a beard, which producers opposed. The iconic hood slide of The Dukes of Hazzard was an accident. Popularized by Tom Wopat, it became a staple and even a cliché of action films. Wopat admitted it was unintentional, and the first time he attempted it, the car's antenna hooked him and injured him. Waylon Jennings provided the voice of the narrator for each episode and sang the theme song, Good Ol' Boys, which became a hit single in 1981. The General Lee's famous Dixie horn wasn't planned initially. The producers heard it in Atlanta during early episodes and convinced the driver to sell it to them. They later realized it was a novelty horn available at any auto parts store for a fraction of what they paid. The horn was only used in the first 5 episodes. It was edited in post-production once filming moved to the Warner Brothers lot. During the show's run, Sorrel Brook, who played Boss Hogg, often made personal appearances in character, surprising fans who discovered he was actually a kind and courteous gentleman opposite to his on-screen persona. The character of Boss Hogg and Brook's portrayal were inspired by U.S. Senator Strom Thurmond. Several country and western stars appeared on the show as part of Roscoe and Boss Hogg's celebrity speed trap. Notable guests included Waylon Jennings, Mickey Gilley, Buck Owens, Johnny Paycheck, Don Williams, Loretta Lynn, the Oak Ridge Boys, and many other Nashville stars. The Dukes of Hazzard was based on a 1975 movie called Moonrunners, with Waylon Jennings as the narrator. Ben Jones played Cooter in the TV show, but was Agent Fred from Chicago in the movie. Bo, Luke, and Uncle Jesse had the last name Hagg instead of Duke. James Mitchum played Grady Hagg. Keel Martin was Bobby Hagg. Bruce Atkins was Sheriff Roscoe Coltrane, and Bill Gruber was Cooter Pettigrew. Uncle Jesse Hag was portrayed by Arthur Honeycutt. The character of Daisy Duke was initially intended to resemble Dolly Parton, but Catherine Bach's strong audition convinced producers to cast her on the spot. In the pilot, Daisy is described as knowing all of Parton's songs, and early episodes implied she wanted to start a music career. Daisy Duke's shorts almost didn't make it into the show. Network executives were initially shocked by them, thinking she should wear something resembling a checkered tablecloth. Catherine Bach wore her personal shorts, and while the producers loved them, the executives objected. Eventually, they allowed her to wear them with the condition she wore pantyhose to avoid accidental exposure. This decision, rather than diverting attention, highlighted her legs and turned Bach into a 1970s TV sex symbol. To this day, short shorts are often referred to as Daisy Dukes. The decline in ratings during the second half of the series was attributed to the debut of Knight Rider. Though they didn't air at the same time, both shows competed for a young audience interested in souped-up cars. Consequently, producers increased the stunts and jump sequences featuring the General Lee. Revisiting this classic late 70s show is always enjoyable, filled with plenty of laughs. We'll end here. Thank you for your attention. Like and subscribe. There are many interesting things ahead. Good luck.